All right. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am with you till about 4:30 today. I know it's crazy. And if you were here for the last live, I'm back for a second live. As soon as I got off, I got an email saying that the call was postponed till 4:30. So I got till 4:30 now. I have until 4:30, or at least until this phone rings. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm playing with y'all emotions today. It's not my intent. I had planned on just, doing regular. And then when I came on the first time, right before I got a call saying that there would be a call that I needed to be on at 4. And then right at 4, I got an email saying 4:30. It's been pushed back to 4:30. So I hadn't gone anywhere yet. So I was still sitting here. So it is what it is. What else is on everybody's mind? For those of you who didn't join the first live, I just talked about Marco Rubio. I talked about them deporting people and how I think it's a real possibility that they may start deporting U.S. citizens to El Salvador. I think it's a real possibility. Anthony says, "Stop playing with our money." It's not my intention. Look, I'm trying to give you as much of me as I can give you. Okay? Trying to give you as much of me as I can give you. So when the time is up and I can't do it no more, then I can't do it no more. But yeah. So what else is going on? Let me see. That is not the call. Hold on. All right. Stephanie, thank you. I didn't make this. This thing is so old. But it was a shirt that I bought a long time ago, and I like it. So it is what it is. What else is going on out in these streets? Kind of other than Trump and those guys. What other news is happening? Apparently, y'all still watching the NFL, and they're still paying huge sums of money to people. And I'm not sure that. The astronauts are back. Yes, the astronauts are back. I wasn't all that concerned about the astronauts. This is going to sound insensitive, and it kind of is, even though it just kind of is, but it's how I feel. I wish the best for everybody, but if you make a decision to get on a rocket and go into space, you've made the decision that you might not, number one, you might not make it to space. Number two, you might not make it back. And in terms of some sort of a schedule, you might have thought you was just going up there for a few days and end up there for 9 months. It's a part of the risk. Tria says, "Is this real? You came back?" Yes, I came back because as soon as I hit the thing that stopped the live, I went to my email and ding, I got an email. Not that ding, it was a different ding. I got the email that the call was postponed until 4:30. So, I tried to come back and, chop it up with y'all for, another 30 minutes. For another 30 minutes. Anthony say, let's talk about children abusing their parents. Twins 1-year-old be kicking his A. Twin probably deserve it. But that's a good thing, man. I don't think people take parenthood serious enough. I don't think in a minute. He got stood up. His caller is on CP time. The call got postponed until 4:30. It got postponed until 4:30. But I don't think people take parenting serious enough. It really kind of go back to what I was talking about yesterday, and I'm not talking about prostitution today. But I don't think people take morality and everything serious enough. I don't think people, especially the younger generation, because I'm all right with a lot of y'all, but a lot of y'all just don't take life serious enough. Y'all make a lot of bad choices to be seen, to be seen, to be heard, to be all of that kind of stuff. I really do feel like a lot of the people in the country, in particular young people, and from my perspective, because, I care, a lot of black people have just thrown morality to the side. And I don't want to be the guy who always, I don't want to say judging people, because I am always judging people. It's my job. And when I say it's my job, I don't mean it's my job as a talk show guy or anything like that. It's my job just as a person in this society. As a society, we have to look at stuff and determine that's acceptable, that's not acceptable. I can live with that. That's too far. That's our job. That's the way you treat a person. That ain't how you treat nobody. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to do that on a regular basis. That's how we keep morality in check, by passing those things on. You see your kids, in particular when they become teenagers, doing stuff that goes against what you know to be right. It's part of your job to say, now you know you wrong. You know that ain't right. Well, I don't want to judge because I don't. It's your job to judge. It's your job to distinguish between right and wrong. You have to do it every day. You make a lot of decisions. You make a lot of decisions on a regular basis, and you have to determine, is this a good decision? Is this a bad decision? Is this the way I want to be perceived? Is this the way I want my family to be perceived? And yes, even to some degree, is this the way I want my race to be perceived? Because we all know that people judge. I don't agree with it. And I don't accept it in reverse, if that make any sense. I understand that people judge groups of people by the actions of a few people, but I reject that those people represent the whole group. But you do have to understand that people do make those type of judgments. So, I don't know, y'all. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. Stephanie says the millennials have a lot to learn. First, they have to listen. Well, I think Tanika say, why you playing with us, E-Man? I am not playing with y'all. I'm trying to give you as much of me as I can. I'm trying to give you as much of me as I can. Every time I say that, I don't like the way it sounds. But I believe that you guys are mature enough to understand contextually what I'm saying. But I know there's enough of you who are immature who will take that to another level. But so no, I'm not playing with y'all. Even though I got about 15 minutes before this call. I got about 15 minutes before this call. Or if they call early, I'm gonna just have to go. If they call early, if the call starts early, then I'm gonna just have to go. But Stephanie was saying, was that an experimental? What happened to your call? As soon as I got off at 4:00, I got an email saying that the call was postponed until 4:30. So I just went back live. Stephanie said, you pause when reading my message. Do you think millennials need to listen to advice? First, I think more people need to give advice. But look, I don't know that you can blame millennials for some of their bad choices because someone wasn't raised right. That didn't come out right in the way that I mean it. But I'm going to give you this advice once you've grown. Again, I'll say it again, and I mean it. Not everybody, a lot of people, y'all didn't raise a lot of these kids right. People didn't raise their kids right. And we suffering from the consequences of kids not being raised right. And now you want them to stop and listen to you? You were loose with the morals and values when you was raising them. You were loose with with stressing to them how important it is, in particular in terms of black young people, how important the struggle is that we have not overcome yet. We've overcome some things, but there's more to overcome. We shielded these young people from any part of the struggle. We made excuses when they did stuff because, we didn't want to be bad parents and we didn't want to be too much like our parents and we didn't want this and we didn't want that. Then they get grown and now we got advice for you. That's our fault. It's not their fault. Stephanie says you can give advice all day long, but if they don't heed the advice given, they'll always find themselves making the same mistakes. But again, that's a lot of the advice. You mold babies into the type of grown-up that you want them to be. I've always believed that. So if the millennials are not doing what we want them to do or what we need them to do, we only got ourselves to blame for that because we raised them. We raised them that way. Now, I'm not 100% sure what you're suggesting millennials should be doing that they're not doing or shouldn't be doing that they are doing. There's a long list of stuff. There is a long list of stuff. But, all this stuff, instant gratification, we did that. Not caring about other people's feelings, we did that. That's what we put into them. No work ethic, we did that. We put that in. If your kid didn't have chores and maybe earn an allowance or something like that, have to do something. You did that. Almost all the problems that we can look at, millennials and what's after millennials? Are they Z? We did that. And now we look at them and they grown and they doing what we taught them to do and we don't like it. Cause come on, we all know that stuff be cute when you little kids and it sound good when, my baby knew whatever he wanted to do, my baby. But okay, when that baby grow up and is an irresponsible human, it ain't that cute. I tried to tell him to go get a job, but when he was little, you never instilled work ethic in him. When he went and got a job and he was working at whatever place and they looked at him wrong and he didn't act right, we went up there and defended him. Instead of telling him, bro, that's on you. You messed up. You ain't the boss. Sometimes you got to allow people to tell you what to do, So, yeah, we did that. They just acting the way we taught them to act. So now you want to give them advice and we upset that they don't take advice. And I get it. I agree it is upsetting. And it just keep getting, because our parents said the same stuff about us and it was true. Because some of us got shielded from that same struggle. And I'm going to say the struggle to be great. I'm not even necessarily just talking about the civil rights struggle and, in terms of blackness, the struggles that we face on a regular basis. Just like we got people running around here now saying nonsensical stuff about, black MAGA. What do you think they teaching their kids? They teaching their kids that basically whiteness is the greatest thing ever. So then when they grow up, it happened to some of us, and it happened, some of us, we did the same thing. Some of y'all sisters be struggling from it. That's why them brothers be wanting them, other people. Because you ain't good enough for them. I mean, it's just so many different layers to it. Stephanie says, yes, we do mold them. Hold on. Ken said, excellent topic, but very sensitive. It can go in several different directions. I don't have time for it to go in several different directions. I only got 8 more minutes. Maybe it's something we'll bring up another time. Stephanie says, yes, we do mold them into who we want them to be. Absolutely. And guiding them through our knowledge and of our experiences, informing them of the many obstacles they will face. It's necessary for us to impart all the knowledge we can if it will deter them from the same snares that we faced. The responsible ones of us do that. You know how many irresponsible parents is out here? And they don't think they're irresponsible. Some of them think it's just harmless fun or, some people always, being a parent don't come with a manual, and that's true. It doesn't. And we all know that a lot of people don't have good common sense, the ability to, understand logic and apply it. They're impulsive. all of that good stuff. And it's those are the people, those impulsive people are the people who had the most kids and do the worst job of raising them. So what do we do then? What do we do then? I don't know. Yeah, responsible. And I'm not saying only irresponsible people have a lot of kids. There are some responsible people who may choose to, have larger families. But a lot of times you'll find, some irresponsible, impulsive people with 5, 6, 7 kids. They ain't doing no good job raising their kids because they don't know. Like you were saying, Stephanie, we teach them from our experience and blah, blah, blah. But what if their experiences is what led them to be impulsive and irresponsible? That's what they gonna teach to their kids. And then they send those kids out into the world and we gotta deal with them. Try to give them advice. And the advice that we give them go against everything that they was raised to believe. We looking at them like, and then we're trying to give them advice. We're trying to give them advice. And daddy at home, daddy done taught them, ain't nothing wrong with dealing drugs, get that money. You ain't responsible for, the repercussions of your actions on other people. They responsible. And then you get out here trying to tell them like, no, man, you gotta treat people right. It's not good to be out here destroying like an entire community. The voice that's ringing in their head. They daddy telling them, you goofy. That's goofy. So no matter how much you try to advise them and teach them and show them, that's the voice that's ringing in their head. The way they were raised. I'm not mentioning about the struggles of co-parenting. I got a real issue in terms of co-parenting. And, I don't talk about it much because my experience, I'm jaded, and my experience ain't everybody's experience, but it's enough people's experience that I know that it has some validity to it. Ken, I would say to a young man asking me, avoid it if you can. Avoid being in a situation where you have to be apart from your child and try to raise your child, or avoid being a part of a situation where you're trying to help raise somebody else's child in an intimate relationship. If some young person were to ask me, that would be what I would say. Although I've had beautiful experiences, being a quote step parent. And some success co-parenting, even with a hostile partner co-parenting. I'll say, it's not desired. So if you can avoid it, I would say avoid it. And I'm sorry, single mamas. I'm sorry, but if you're a single mama, I would be telling, steer clear of her. If you can. Now you can find a good situation, then you roll with that good situation, but Vernon says, oh boy, when I'm getting in trouble now, huh? That's all right. I got to get out of here anyway. I got to get out of here anyway. I got a 4:30 call. So I got to get out of here anyway. But, Tierra says, I stay clear of men with kids under 16. Interesting. Why is that? And I'm not asking to be funny or anything. Everybody always think I'm asking stuff to be funny. I'm asking honestly, because in my head, there's a few reasons why you might want to do that. But I'm curious as to why you make that decision. Why under 16? Vernon says toxic relationships have far-ranging effects. Yes. Yes, they do. Tier says at that age they can drive and there can be minimal interaction until further notice. Okay, that was not one of the reasons I was thinking. Oh, interesting. Interesting. That's kind of smart. That's kind of smart. It's not foolproof, of course. A lot of these young 16-year-olds nowadays, they don't drive, which is always crazy to me because on my 16th birthday, I went and took my test to get my driver's license. Or was that my temps? No, I already had my temps. I had begged mama to get my temps before then. I think on my 16th birthday, I went and took my test to get my driver's license. But a lot of these young boys don't want to do that. Tierra says, and if the kids are younger than that, sometimes the moms still be in their feelings. I don't know that I would put like a hard cap on it. I don't think that's an age thing. B-Rab says, my grandma's in the hospice, 94 years. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll be praying for you and your grandma and the family. And I mean that genuinely. I will. Tierra says, her daughter is 19. See, I don't think it's an age thing. It's not an age thing. It's not something magical don't happen, when a kid turns 16, that the feelings turn off if they already been there. All right, y'all, I gotta get out of here. I'm sorry, y'all. And get a conversation started, and then I gotta go. So I'm sorry, y'all, but I wanted to come on and, give everything I had to y'all, or that I had the ability to give to y'all today. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Maybe we'll pick this back up tomorrow. No, I won't be here tomorrow. I have a thing up in Columbus tomorrow, so I won't be here tomorrow. So maybe we pick this back up on Friday. Somebody remind me. We got to pick this back up on Friday. Okay? All right. With that being said, I'm actually late for this call. Even though I haven't gotten the thing saying that the call has started, I don't want to be the one. Like, we was waiting on you. I don't want to be that guy. So, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time, I'm out again.